What do you think has been United's biggest problem so far this season? Has it been the lack of goals, individual errors, or lack of quality, a lack of heart and desire to fight for the badge? All very, very big issues that's put Ten Hag's job very much in danger. But another issue has been United being much too easy to play through due to a disjointed pressing. So by way of example, this is a situation against Spurs. So Bruno has vacated this area, and as he likes to do, he's gone on a solo pressing spree to try and press Romero. But as you can see, there's a big space here that Romero can comfortably step into, and that's exactly what he does. Kobe and Marcus are doing a fairly good job marking these two players, or at least cutting off their passing lanes, but Solanke drops in, Lissandro is a few steps behind him, and Romero is able to find the ball to Solanke. As Solanke receives the ball, and Lissandro Martinez can't get a foot in, because Rashford was cutting off the passing lane there, now if Pedro Porro makes this run, then Rashford's in a position where he has to chase. So Solanke actually plays the ball here, for either Pedro Porro or Brennan Johnson to get onto, and right now, with Marcus Rashford out of the game, it's Dalot against two. So it's a 2-on-1 there. So Brennan Johnson's going to lay it off back to Pedro Porro. Ugarte's going to try to close the angle there. Pedro Porro's going to cut back inside and find Maddison, who's wide open. And with everyone on this side of the pitch, that leaves a one-on-one situation between Werner and Mazraoui. And of course, Maddison's going to play it there. This attack didn't come to anything in itself, but it shows how easily United can be played through. Here's the situation against Liverpool now. So Van Dijk has got the ball here. Xerxes is not far over enough to cut off this passing lane. So Casemiro, you can see him checking behind him there. So he knows that Szoboszlai is free, but because McAllister is also free, he's having to keep an eye on him as well. So the pass gets made to McAllister. Bruno here is on Gravenberch. Colby in this case is not marking anyone, which leaves Szoboszlai free. Casemiro does recognize that he has to cut off this passing lane, but unfortunately gets nutmegged. So again, when Szoboszlai picks up the ball, all these players are out of the game, and Szoboszlai just running towards our goal. And Colby has to try really hard to cover this distance and stop Szoboszlai's momentum, which he's unable to do, and Garnacho, to his credit, tracks Szoboszlai all the way, but Szoboszlai still makes it almost to the edge of the box, and he finds Diaz, and the attack continues. Again, nothing came from this specific example, but with two passes and a midfield runner, United are on the back foot again. So those situations are exactly what Ten Hag tried to address in this match. So as you can see, Martinez has got the ball. Xerxes here is cutting off this passing lane to Barkley. Bruno is cutting off this passing lane to Tielemans, and they're saying to Martinez there, go wide. Go wide to one of these options, and we'll deal with it once it goes there. And I'm going to run this footage forward, and just keep an eye on the time, how long Martinez has on the ball. So we pause here, and a whopping 19 seconds have passed. And you can see Bruno's like, ref. Remember, this is Aston Villa, who's at home, who's supposed to be attacking, in the last 20 minutes of the game, just holding the ball there, press baiting, which we didn't fall into. So roll the footage on. Martinez has stepped out a little bit. Bruno's going to fake like he's under pressure, but he's actually going to run back towards Pau Torres, and he gets Martinez to play this pass out wide. As Torres receives it, he is in a lot of space there, so he could have been a lot more aggressive and gone into that space, but instead he decides to play a pass, which eventually just comes back to him, and Villa have to start again. And by the way, before we criticize Ten Hag for being too conservative, Aston Villa and Unai Emery, who beat Bayern Munich in midweek and are in a good vein of form, did the exact same thing to us the entire game. So their front six was set up very similar to us, in this sort of diamond shape, and you can see the two forward players for them are stopping these passes from going into midfield. And United get impatient and decide to go long, and we lose out the header and the ball goes to their goalkeeper. So was this game exciting? No. Both teams using the exact same defensive strategy against each other, creating barely any chances, barely any big moments. The point against Villa away when they're in such good form? Yeah, not too bad. In terms of the bigger picture, will Ten Hag keep his job? We'll have to see throughout this international break. Do you think he should? If you enjoyed the video, guys, please consider subscribing and leave a like. Cheers.